So I definitely apologize if this sounds like a very different tone. This is more of a natural tone, kind of blended with a lot of things. But on the World is King CJ podcast, we try to make do as we can. So, Plies released a song called "I Got Demotion," which the visuals are funny. I think that's just personally one of my favorite parts about Plies is his visuals are like no other. His visuals are unique to Plies himself. It's very rare you're gonna find somebody that will match um Plies' energy. I think that goes without saying, but Plies is also a a Florida native, but a Florida native king. Honestly, that's what he's more like. He's more like a king, but because he has created legendary work for the city of Miami, Florida, or Florida in general. Okay, so we're gonna see if we have any sponsors. We'll get right into it. But while we talk about Plies, right, we have to say, what is the song called? And the song is I Got Motion. This song right here is pretty um, clear and cut depending on how you see it. Personally, that's what I think. So we're gonna have to break this up into up into two different categories. But first, we must go in here with the detail because knowledge is the key and power to understanding these lyrics, which are very simple lyrics, but this is just to make a point. So when he's relating to cheese, he's talking about cheddar, and cheddar is known as cash in the South, which is a weird thing to relate to, but Florida is that way with music. They try to make their own lingo up. So the reason I bring this up is mostly because he brings up cheese a lot. But this very last line that he quotes, that is in his verse actually, he says, "I like Green Bay, but I like a different. But this is a different kind of cheddar." Cause Green Bay and Lil Wayne used to say Green Bay. They were fans of Green Bay, but they was always saying Green Bay, Green Bay. And they used to have the cheese heads, the cheese on their helmets. So he refers to cheese, but he says that's a different kind of cheese. He's like the cheese they had on their head plus the cheese I'm making is the money, which is why I kind of bring that reference up, because I had a conversation with a young lady, um, and I heard somebody ask what he meant by cheese, and so when I take into account, I try to be general when I try to explain a term, and so cheese and cheddar is just a term that I think I had to um, simplify. So that's why I'm just explaining the word cheddar now. So when I get through, it makes more sense. He says in his first chorus, which is kind of a chorus, but it's also a hook in a weird way because he says it so many times you think it's a chorus, but it's not a normal Plies chorus. So it just seems like a hook and you're just repeating it in a verse. But he says, "I got the money." He said, "I got the motion. If she don't like it, she can leave. If I don't like the motion, she can leave, right? Like, I got the motion. If she don't like the motion, she can leave. Almost like, hey, I don't care how you feel. I got the money. I got the motion. I got the cheese. Or I got the money. Or I got the moolah." But he in his first verse, he kind of prefaces back on. He says, "I've never been friendly. Only here for the money," which I don't know if Plaza is saying he only makes moves based off the money, and if that's the case, I don't blame him. Promotion wise, he has to be running up a lot of money. He has to be running up a couple $1,000s in promotion himself because Plaza is funny. Plaza is funny, but he's also very much a businessman. So if he's saying I'm only here for the money, I'm only here for the money, I don't know what to tell you, which is a weird thing, especially to hear from Plaza because Plaza has put on so many artists with his songs and the features that it seems it doesn't seem real when he says it, but you can tell he's serious about it when he says it, and he has like this stack of money hanging outside of a windshield of a car that he's holding on to, which we can only assume is dangerous, and I wouldn't recommend anybody do it. But it is something that Plaza is gonna do. Plaza is gonna be Plaza. So the only reason I'm saying Plaza's way is because in the song Plaza just go Plaza, baby. So every time I hear a song from Plies, I just hear Plies, baby. Which sounds weird. And I don't know why I can do it like that, but it's weird. So he talks deeper down, and he says, "I smell like the bank because I just left the bank," which is when the amount of money you see him physically have in his music video. I can understand that's a lot of money, and I don't. He might have had it on hand. He might not have. I'm not sure if he uses if he believes in mythology of using cards only and never taking cash out of the bank, he might believe in that mythology. I'm not sure, so I'm not gonna speak on that. But that's what he is referring to. So it's very much entertaining. I'm not sure what he's referring to, but you can tell he's very interested in what he's doing. So we can understand that. Which we honestly will say is a weird thing. I think that's going out without saying, but it is. It's noticeable. He says the plug needs him, and I don't know if I need to simplify this, but the plug is somebody that does or sells something that applies might want a substance that applies once, and so as I said, I don't know what I need to simplify, and because I've heard these words so often, I know what they mean, but I'm not sure if people know what plug means. So I have to simplify for a few people. So he just says, yeah, the plug need me because Plies is giving him money no matter what. I promise you. And this is my thing. So Plies is probably he doesn't waste money, but you can tell he takes care of everybody in his circle because there's never anything bad about Plies. I'm not saying that Plies does bad things, but it's just you never hear anything bad about Plies. I mean, they basically need me because he's dishing out money. I'm not sure how much Plies has now, but in the early 2000s, he had to have a lot of money. I'm not sure how them record deals held up, but he had to be making a lot of money. Now he might not have seen all of the money, but we can definitely um and in the song he talks about, yeah, I got it all myself, which kudos to Plies, but he did get it all himself. I don't remember Plies having like a cosign, like a Wayne and Drake cosign or a Rick Ross and Meek Mill cosign. I don't remember Plies having a cosign. As long as I remember Plies music being, I don't remember him having a cosign. So Plies always put his music out. He was always himself. He was genuinely himself. So I'm not sure if Plies ever had a cosign. Truth be told, I'm not even sure if he had one. I don't think he did. But if he did, I will correct myself. You'll hear it early in this episode if I need to correct myself. But so he said, and I mentioned that the Green Bay line earlier. So I personally, not a huge football fan. That's just the truth of it. So overall, this song has, I don't want to say no meaning to me. It's a motivational song. I'm pretty sure for people in the South, but me right now, it's not very motivational to me. So this song is more of a 4 out of 10. I mean, it's a good song. It's a good hook. It's a great beat. But I'm not sure if this song has like any like replay value. Like you hear, if you want to hear a hype song, this song will definitely hype you up. But I don't know. I'm looking for message when I rate these songs, and I'm not sure that really has a message. So I'm sorry, Plies, but it's gonna be a 4 out of 10 because I was waiting for that message in this song. And this message, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a hype song. It's definitely a hype song if you're in like the gym, if you're running. That's definitely a hype song you want to have in your pocket. But I'm not sure if it has a message behind it.